leaders.
Yeah, I mean, the message that Yulia Navalnaya is giving to the EU foreign ministers here meeting behind me is very similar to what she was saying at the Munich Security Conference over the weekend, and that is that Vladimir Putin murdered her husband simply because he is a political opponent of Vladimir Putin. Now, as the EU's foreign ministers arrived this morning for this summit, which was a regularly scheduled summit to which she has been invited, they all had strong words of encouragement for her, but also harsh condemnation of what has happened with Navalny, for Navalny's death. We had several leaders saying that the EU, several foreign ministers rather, saying that the EU should take action. Now, in terms of the strength of the words, certainly the strongest came from the EU's foreign security chief, because not only did he say that the EU would pursue a new round of sanctions specifically against the people responsible for Navalny's death, so that would include his jailers, anyone involved in the conviction and in the subsequent death. But also, Josep Borrell wants to rename the entire EU human rights sanctions blacklist after Navalny. So you would get that whole regime that covers the whole globe, not just Russia, named after Alexei Navalny. Apparently he's going to propose that to foreign ministers today. We'll see what their reaction is. But certainly she's heard a strong message of support from the EU's foreign ministers. But the question is, will this galvanize action? What can this actually lead to in terms of the EU increasing its support for Ukraine or tightening the screws on Russia?
Indeed. I mean, as you say there, EU sanctions are very much expected now, but of course, sanctions already imposed on Russia in the wake of the invasion of Ukraine. So are these new possible sanctions likely actually to make a difference?
Yeah, so we're hearing that these are likely to get passed today. So this is the latest round of sanctions against Russia. The EU is already extremely heavily sanctioning Russia, so there's not actually much left for them to do. Most of this will be an extension of the specific list of people who are barred from entering the EU or doing business with the EU. Now, I've been told that last night 26 of the 27 EU countries have agreed that latest sanctions round, but that leaves just one, and you can guess which one it is. It's Hungary. This is yet another meeting where they are trying to overcome a veto by Viktor Orban's Hungarian government. This being an area of foreign policy, it needs unanimous approval. So we're still waiting to hear from this meeting happening right now if Hungary will okay these sanctions. It has been standing in the way of this latest round of sanctions for some time. They're also talking about other issues here today. They're talking about the situation in Gaza. They're being briefed by a UN representative about the efforts to help people in Gaza. We're also expecting today an approval of the EU's Red Sea mission to protect shipping in the Red Sea from Houthi rebels attacking from Yemen. I've heard that that has gotten political approval just now here at this meeting of foreign ministers. It would still need a final rubber stamp by EU officials on Wednesday, but it looks like that is going ahead. That EU defense mission to protect shipping in the Red Sea is now going to become a reality following this decision just now by EU foreign ministers.
In Brussels. Thanks very much. Well, there has been some reaction